Hey YouTube, we're Dead Review, and this is our recap on The Walking Dead.
Season 5, Episode 2, Strangers.
And so, in the beginning of the episode, we find the survivors out in the forest trying to live on their own before, they have no shelter because they just got captured and escaped Terminus.
And Carol and Daryl notice that someone's watching them.
Which is really strange, and our theories are basically that the people watching them are the hunters, which used to be the Terminus cannibals. And this is obvious, later on in the show, you'll see it.
And then they hear, some screaming or something, and then they find out that it's a priest on a rock, and he's basically, he says he doesn't use violence, and it's kind of weird, and
It's very suspicious.
Yeah.
How can you survive
for that
without
long?
any violence? No killing zombies, no killing anybody. It's kind of weird to me. Come on.
Yeah, and then he takes them back to his church. There's no one there, so it's kind of weird. And then he's like, oh, there's supplies, but then there's a dozen zombies, and you can't kill them. So they go over there, and he's with them, and they get the supplies, and then come back. And Carl notices that there's
Wait. Before you go on to that, Carl says that,
oh yeah,
there's something happens at the food bank. We think Bob gets bit because I guess this one walker is underwater. And dumb Bob goes to reach over to get something when he sees bubbling on the water. He still goes, and we think he gets bit. I don't know. I mean, in the clip, I guess my friend said that there's blood on the zombie's mouth or on Bob's hand. We have to look at it and see if there really is. But yeah, this explains for later on and our theories later on. Anyway, go on, Bethany.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I don't even know how they could bite him because they're so ugly, and that one zombie's tongue's just sticking out. It's just ew.
He had no teeth.
Yes.
He couldn't even clench on anything.
Kind of felt bad for him.
I know, poor Bob and Sasha. They're so cute. Their little romance going on.
Oh yeah.
Team Daryl or Carol, whatever. Anyway, going on. Carl talks about how strong he and his father are and how they can help people for once in this cruel world of zombie apocalypse. But honestly, I think Carl is just acting too immature in the situation, because the second he puts his guard down, some shit's gonna go down. Everybody knows it. But Bethany, go on about the church and the carving thing.
Oh, yeah, so when they come back, Carl shows Rick that there's some sort of someone was basically trying to get into the church. It looked like knife carvings and everything. And then he goes and shows him that there's this sign that says, you'll burn in hell for this.
You're gonna burn for this.
Yeah,
no, you're gonna burn for this.
Yeah,
it was carved in the... You're gonna burn. Yeah, no, we think that basically this is our little theory that, I mean, some people might think it's kind of obvious, but we think that the priest is basically a coward and that he wouldn't let anybody into the church. I mean, he probably locked his ass up in there for months, for a year probably. Yeah, scared shitless, and he wouldn't let anybody in. So people were trying to get in, scraping the windows, trying to find a way in. And they probably, carved that in because he's being an ass crack because he won't let them in, I mean, come on. I would. I mean, it's pretty depressing. People you knew, you're just going to let them die like that. So, yeah, that's what we think about that part.
Oh, the ending?
Oh, yeah, so the ending. Oh, my God, the ending. Bob. Poor Bob.
Oh, my God.
What gets me, though, is at the end, when everybody's celebrating and eating and having a feast, they're all happy, and there's reconciliation going on between, Maggie, and what's that girl's name? I can't name her name. But, everybody's having a great time, and Bob just decides to step outside and cry, And, I mean, we think that... What do you think? That he got bit? That's the reason why he's crying?
Yeah.
Because he has to say goodbye to everybody?
I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, but he didn't tell anybody. Yeah, I thought so too. What kind of man just goes outside and cries for no reason on the tree, But right after that, he gets hit over the head and wakes up in a little camp next to all the hunters from Terminus and the guy who got his face bashed in by Tyrese.
Yep. And then they, show him kind of slumped there, and I thought oh my God, they're gonna kill him. And then no, poor Bob gets his leg cut off. They're eating it in front of him, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, and they even tell him that he tastes better than what they thought him to taste, and it's like, why do you want to hear that when you're losing your leg? You see some guy gnawing on your meat, and you're just like, wow. But from this, we checked out the comics. We haven't read the comics, but we're trying to find like a little comparison because we read something about tainted meat, and tainted is basically like poisoned or like filthy. So according to the comics, Kirkman wrote about a character named Dale, not the the old man Dale we know of in season 2, but another character I guess named Dale, who was taken from the group by the hunters, and same thing happened to him. He lost his leg, and while the hunters Garrett was eating it, he goes ha ha, laughing hysterically, saying tainted meat, like you're eating my zombified meat. So I mean, anything can happen. I don't know. Do you think they're gonna turn if they eat the meat or something?
I hope they do.
Yeah, I hope they do too. I hate them, but yeah.
Oh, and then wait, what about Daryl and Carol? How they like see the car?
Oh yeah. Before that, yeah. Yeah, so Daryl and Carol's sneaking out in the middle of the night.
Yep.
She's being stupid. But she's sneaking out, and she's finding that car with, what was it, a battery or something? Yeah. And she wants to leave because she feels guilty, of course. There's her guilty conscience. She doesn't feel like she belongs. But you know what, man? We all belong. And as she's about to leave, Daryl finds her. So cute. Yeah. And they see the car with the cross on the back of it, and Daryl screams about how they took Beth. So they get in that car, somehow it was working still, and they chase after him. I don't know. I mean, it could be Beth in that car. I don't know. I wonder what they're doing with her. What is the whole backstory to that? Why?
I don't want to know what they're doing to her, okay?
She's probably like just a torso. There's probably no limbs left on her. Yeah. So yeah, leave a comment. Our question for you is basically, do you think that Bob's meat was really tainted, and how like the hunters will react to it? And where do you think Beth is at right now? Do you think she's okay?
Where's Beth at?
Yeah, where's Beth at?
So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.